Okay, now it's really gonna be fun. See that list of people? Those people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people have brought treasures to share and talk about. And that's really what today's been about, really, is just sharing and getting reacquainted, getting to know each other, and having a good time. So we're gonna let former President Meredith Blaine come up and be first in honor of some kind of little gift for all she's suffered through in the past. Meredith, you definitely need the mic.
Okay.
She's a very quiet girl.
Except for when I'm laughing.
Except when you're laughing.
Okay, so I went to Turks and Caicos this summer again. Everyone knows here that's my favorite place. I would live there if I could. I found baby bonnet shells, and I also found a shell that I wasn't quite sure of what it was. I thought it was a bonnet of some sort, and I brought it home. I asked some people, and it's an Atlantic bonnet, and it's real tiny, it's real fragile, but it is pretty rare, I guess. I'm not sure. Homer says yes.
Yes, it is.
So anyway, that's what I brought, and I have to leave. I have to go to work. So if you want to look at it, I'll be back at that table just for a few more minutes, and then I gotta go. And when Martha comes up here, she did not take the photo.
Okay, thank you so much.
Do you want to see it?
Oh, yeah.
Do you wear glasses?
Yeah.
It's adorable. It's very sweet. Okay. So while she's scooting around, Carolyn Robinette, remember we are on, I'm not trying to be, well, I am trying to be bossy, okay? You just need to kind of like stick to your game plan and just talk for a little bit. And so this is Carolyn Robinette. She's no longer a new member, but she's jumped on the volunteer wagon, and we're lucky to have her. So Carolyn, because you talk softly, I will help you.
So I get these bags at Hobby Lobby. They already have the zippers in them, like for 99 cents, $1.49. So I did like a set of 3 bags. Look at this. And I decoupaged them with those napkins that we had at one of our last craft events. So I make a set of 3 of these for gifts. They came out so cute. And then I add tags onto them you can decorate.
Oh, that's adorable.
Okay, so you could do a set of 3 for under $5. What a nice gift to give somebody and yourself. Yes. No, but the napkins that we had. Yes, these are fabric. Hobby Lobby. Okay. Something else I like to make, and I Mod Podge these with fabric. I have a lot of fabric. I'm a seamstress by hobby. So these are just little notebooks here. You can keep your notes in it, what kind of shells you have, where you found them, maybe things about the meeting, your trips. I'm gonna open up one of them and show you. This one has these little beach birds, and this one here.
Who doesn't love beach birds?
Okay, this is not a bra strap. This is elastic, and I tried to like stain it with food coloring. So it's called like a belly band to keep your notebook closed. Yeah, so inside I made some pockets and some little journal cards. And look at these cutest little paper clips, decorated paper clips. And more pockets and bookmarks. So I'm ready to go to my shell meeting.
Those are cute.
It was probably $2 to make it. I got the book 50 cents at Walmart. And then it takes a half a yard to make 2 of these. Okay.
And again, she's going to be joining Leslie's this year, so if you don't think you can craft, you will learn because there are 2 of them.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Carolyn Robinette. And another longtime member of the club who's worn multiple hats is Sandy Oderkirk. I was, what can you say? If you don't know Sandy, you'll love her like the people who do. Right, Sandy? You need the microphone too, because you're very soft.
Oh, I want,
You want what?
I needed it, so I could read it. This is gonna be very brief, because I did get pressed into service, even though you say you don't press people into service.
I said please,
You did.
and thank you.
So I went on a fabulous shell trip to Panama with some of the members here in 2015. And one of my treasures was this Murex Regius. And it's a beautiful shell. And we found many, many shells. And actually, I have cabinets in the wall that my husband had put there. And the leader of our trip, Linda, can you remember his name?
Jimmy Ernst.
Yes. Sent these all cleaned and labels on, so I didn't have to figure out which shell was which. So that's it, and on to the next. I told you, brief.
Thank you, Sandy. Okay, another one of your director at large is Linda Hamilton. I don't know her very well yet. I'm sure working together with her, some good things will come about. And remember, she's in a liaison to you.
Thank you. What I brought, for the most part, that I wanted you to see is the fossilized sea biscuits that they were talking about from Holden Beach, North Carolina. So I made a side trip with my sister-in-law earlier this fall, and we spent 2 nights and were hunting for these. And so we found those the first night that we were there. And they were kind of washing in again the next day. So they were kind of plentiful at that particular time, but they say there's, what, 67 to 70 million years old, which just is unthinkable. But, and they're heavy, they feel like concrete. So we had a fun time doing that. And then these are just some of my shell crafts that I like to do. This tree is mostly all white or beige little shells. So I did that. And then the wall hangings that I made just out of shells. So that's what I like to do.
Were they just like sitting right there? Or did you like, how
The
did you find
fossils
them?
were kind of washing in as with the tides, down a tide line. And then there were times when you didn't see them, but if you walked out, say, you know, knee deep or you know, halfway to your waist, you could feel them with your feet underneath.
So they weren't floating.
So they weren't they weren't floating, they were washing in, they're solid like a rock.
Tell everybody where you were at when you found them.
Holden, North Carolina,
Holden, North Carolina.
yeah. They did a dredge, I guess, out, and they uncovered this bed of sea urchins, and that's what's been washing in.
Thank you, Linda. I just noticed she's wearing a greeter's tag. So as you can see, many of our members wear various hats, and there's one waiting for you. So be prepared next month. We'll tell you all about opportunity to volunteer. No, don't run. Okay, so Marilyn Boyd, where are you?
I didn't want to have to walk all the way up there.
Whoa, I don't think I can carry you. I got a bad hip.
These are for the raffle, really nice.
Those are for me?
No, for the raffle.
She has raffle items, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that all you were gonna say?
No,
No,
you know better than that.
I know better.
Okay, this is something I made several years ago. It's very easy. I went to Hobby Lobby, got the frame, got some felt, and went to the, of course, the beach and got little tiny shells. And if you notice, I have a sand dollar, I have a Wentel trap,
No, not a Wintle.
Yeah, a Wintle.
That's your head start.
That's an inside joke that everybody knows that I love Wintles. And just little shells, and it's really easy to make. It probably costs me $10, $15. You used to be able to get them at the shell shop, and they would cost you $50. So you could make one of these for probably $15. So really easy, very easy. Need more information? I'll let you know.
I'm not getting any rest.
You don't have to clap.
Yes, you do.
No, you do.
It's fun to clap. We love enthusiasm, don't we? Oh, Leslie. I've already introduced Leslie, so I'm trying to think of what else I can add. Nothing. Another soft voice.
I think we did this one in I think we did this one in Shell Crafters. It's a shadow box with rope and shells on it. And what I did on my summer vacation is my fish.
Oh, neat.
That's it.
So do you find most of your supplies that you're going to make art with your shells from? Where do you find them?
Well, the shells come off the beach and everything else comes from Amazon.
Amazon.
Daily Amazon.
Oh, Pam's already running a handle on it. Okay, so back to Pammy.
I'm gonna be brief so that Kathy Sycac can't pick on me.
Yeah, anymore.
But anyways, this is just a special shell to me. It's hand painted from Cape Cod. It's a whelk, but it was one of my best friend's favorite thing in shell, and she passed away from breast cancer. So it just means a lot to me, and I thought it was very well done and very pretty. And she always said, when we go, we're coming back as mermaids, so we'll have first dibs on all the shells. So she's collecting all the Janonias, and when I catch up, she better share.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Anita Wilson.
Okay. I don't think I need to. I'll just.
You want me to just go away?
I think I can talk loud enough. This is the agatized coral that we talked about at the last study group, and so it's this base of this. And then the little dots here are the operculums from the turban shells that are so common up on Honeymoon Island. And the other thing that I just did want to say, as long as it was show and tell today, was that I noticed on the Ocean Conservancy calendar today that tomorrow is the 51st anniversary of the Clean Water Act. And as I think all of you know, it has just been redone. And obviously, after 51 years, it could use it, but I think it is something that we all want to kind of keep our eye on to be sure that our ocean water, as well as our fresh water, remains in good shape. Thanks.
Thank you for mentioning that.
That's really nice. Homer. Next month, I'll tell you what edition in the archives Homer was featured as Member of the Month. It won't give away all his secrets when he speaks at Shell Study, but it'd be a nice little preview to get him know in ahead of time.
This is one of the large, heavy muricids. This is Ramosus, and interesting story on how I collected it. Going on a night diving trip off Phuket Island in Thailand, and the ship sank.
Oh, no.
So swimming back to shore, there were 3 of us on the boat. And swimming back to shore, I noticed a number of these large muristids were going across a big sandy patch. And with the animals still in there, that's a pretty hefty rascal.
That's gorgeous.
But at least around Phuket Island, these are a major source of food.
How can you get them back into the States?
Well, this was, when was this? This was. This was 1985, and the
1985?
and the regulations were a lot less strict than I just had it in my carry-on. And nowadays it would be probably considered a weapon.
And that's the original, the O word?
A perk? Yeah, that's the perk from the guy. And anybody who wants to lift it up, you can see if I'm exaggerating about the weight.
Thank you, Homer. Hi, Gail. Gail often participates in outreach. We're thankful to have her.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Gail Backlick, and unfortunately, the closest I have come to a vacation is North Cayman Isles, which is the street that I live on. Anyway, I made this. It's a nightlight, and Susan Ross, who is a member here, she moved to another community, but I think she might still be a member. But anyway, she used to make these and sell them, and she invited me to her home, and she walked me through it. And it's so beautiful because the shell, that's the main shell. The way you start out is you start out with the main shell and the nightlight that's inside, and then you work around it. And it's one of my favorite things, and I'm very proud of it. So. And it looks really pretty when
Did you find all the shells?
no, those are all from Susan.
Well,
and when she moved to her new home, she willed me a lot of her old things that she was.
well, that's the kind of friend to have.
Yeah.
She'll love you before she goes.
Debbie Smith.
Debbie Smith.
Hi, I'm Debbie Smith, and I joined the Englewood Shell Club last year and went on a shelling trip with some friends. It had been a rough year. I had lost my father, and my dad was very lucky. He always played the horses, or he would play the lotto. So that day when we went out on the boat, I said, "Hey Dad, you want to give me a little bit of luck?" And so I found the Genonia that everybody loves. And then beside the Genonia, I found the beer can. And the beer can, yeah, the beer can is what my dad drinks, Bush. And so I named this show Dad's Luck. Okay.
That's beautiful.
So when I go shelling with friends, and if I find a special shell, I actually name it after them. And I have a Karen's Rose Merrick's, which I found one day with Karen. I have a Sandy Scottish bonnet. So that's how my collection is with my friends. It's personal.
This is near mint.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, that's Dad's luck. Yeah,
that is
yeah.
It's
And
stunning.
we were in the 10,000 Islands, and we wouldn't have gone to this island. We had started off at Shell Island, and we weren't finding much. So it was Karen who said, "Let's go to Morgan's Beach," and that's where Morgan's Island, and that's where we went, and that's where I found it.
That is such a cool story.
Yeah, yeah.
What was your dad's name?
Butch.
Butch.
Yeah. I also, when I shell now, I have his fishing. He was a big fisherman, and I have his bucket that says Butch's Fishes on it. Yeah, thank you.
Welcome to the club. Thank you. That was a beautiful story. And another president who was with Meredith the last few years. Her name is Martha Dean, who, if you don't know her, I'm sure you'll get to know her. And here she is.
So every year we go to the Broward Shell Show, and on the way down, you can hear me. On the way down last year, Meredith and I, Judy was supposed to go, she wasn't able to go, but we went to the Everglades National Park. I've been begging to go ligurius hunting, and I wanted to see those land snails. So Meredith and I went, hunted, couldn't find them, finally found one. The people that were behind us are like, what are you looking at? It's the snail. Oh, it's just a snail. Well, Meredith and I were beside ourselves, and she said she took this, but who's the photographer here? Anyhow, we got back
She's
to
not here, that's why you're there.
Yeah, she left.
She left.
We got back, and I brought, you're not allowed to take these. This was a gift. So I brought this, and I wanted to show Homer. I said, look, I found a ligurius in Florida. And he said, no, you didn't. So this, what I actually found was a Orthalicus floridendus. So here's the shell that is actually, this was what I thought I had a ligurius, but I didn't. I'm still thrilled. We saw one in
It
the
happens,
whole,
honey.
Pardon me?
It happens.
It happened. You know what? It didn't matter. For the whole weekend, I thought, man, we did it. So.
Are those kissing cousins?
There's more of these. We found a ton of these once we started looking. And there we found one yellow ligurius way up high. Meredith has a picture of it. But anyhow, that's my exciting shell story. So when we go to Broward, we always shell down, go to the shell, and then come home the next day. Thanks.
You might want to ask if anybody brought anything, if they didn't get their name on there.
Did anybody get overlooked in participating in show and tell? You did? Well, come on down. Oh, she's got a bag of goodies. Again, Pam Roscoe's coming up.
Lisa, I think you better look before she takes it out, because you know how she can be.
I don't.
Very naughty.
You're very naughty. Why is she telling you your personal secrets?
One of the shells that are, I don't think very common, they're kind of hard to find, are the king crown conchs. So here's, typically when you find them, they're just a little bit bigger than this. This is kind of a small one. One year I was lucky to find like 50 of them in one day, but you don't find it. But anyways, I happen to own a marina on Minnesota Key, and my husband said this came washed up, and you never find them.
You were in Cayman, not washed up. Where were you?
Minnesota Key.
Oh, see, we can't hear you.
That came in? Wow.
It came in, not the Cayman Islands, it came in on Minnesota Key. Well, actually on the bay side, because he's typically, you find on the bay side. And pretty big.
Show that to Homer. What year?
I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago.
This is a volute.
Oh, it's not a king crown.
No, it's a Pacific.
Yeah, it's a wedding shell.
To me, it looks like a king crown. Sorry, I stand corrected. This is a volute. But it looks like a king crown.
It's beautiful though.
Why would somebody put it there?
Yeah.
Wedding shell. Wedding shell. People have weddings or that memorials, and they.
But I have seen, actually, I have seen a large king crown conch that was alive several years ago. It wasn't quite this big, but it was. They do get good size if you are lucky enough to find one.
Who doesn't love a lucky day? Guess what? I think if everybody's